everybody, and welcome to the Dev Morning Show at Night. My name is Cassidy Williams, and I am here with my wonderful co-host, Zach Plata. Hey, Zach.
Hey, Cass. You look like you're in a different spot today.
I am. Go Eagles. I'm in Philadelphia today. I am recording from my friend's office, and it's kind of fun. It's cool to, be in the land of, what are they known for? Pretzels? Medical stuff?
Not Philly cheesesteaks?
Oh yeah, cheesesteaks, duh, oh my word. Anyway, we have an amazing guest today, Chloe Shih. She is a product manager and communities engagement lead at Discord. Welcome, Chloe.
Thank you for having me. Woo, it's exciting.
Where are you in the... Yeah.
I'm in LA.
LA. Oh,
yes.
So sunny. So nice.
Born and raised.
Wow. There's
nice.
some good food out there too.
There really is. It's my favorite. That's kind of why I stayed here. But where are both of you located? Like, normally?
In the world. Normally, I'm in Chicago, and so is Zach.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're like 15
Amazing.
minutes away from each other.
Yeah, it's really great for boba runs.
I love it.
That's
We all need boba runs.
Yeah. So, Chloe, what are you working on right now?
So I am working on the communities team. We essentially build all kinds of product tools to help you build a community on Discord. Like, a lot of people come to Discord to hang out with friends and play video games, but it's grown a lot in the community world. And I don't know if you've heard, but we recently launched this product called Forums, and it's a space for organized conversation in your Discord community. So you could read more about it on the community portal on Discord. It's also on like The Verge and TechCrunch and all that. So that's work. You mean work, right? Like nothing else personal?
I'm curious about other things too.
Yeah.
Okay, well, something I've been really working on is buying a house in this housing market. And it is awful.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah. Sending
Yes.
very good vibes your way.
I don't have any progress to share except a series of broken hearts. Like the emotional turmoil and roller coasters that you got to go through in this process is bananas. So I don't think I was
Especially
prepared.
on the West Coast.
Yeah, LA market. I mean, SF is just so bad, so I didn't even try.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're in LA. It's not fun. And hopefully something good happens, but I just gotta like love something and let go of something at the same time. Like detach, but love, which is very weird.
Yeah, it is honestly like a job because you got to go through all these tours. You've got to put in the offer. You got to like assess different things. It's a journey.
It is a journey. But
It's a fun
hopefully, I don't know, hopefully sometime in the next year or so, then it'll be a good news. But for now, going through it.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank you.
Well, on that note, it's time for our lovely ad read. The Dev Morning Show at Night is a sponsored podcast. It means someone has to pay the bills around here. We're sponsored by LaunchDarkly, and LaunchDarkly is the first scalable feature management platform. That means dev teams can innovate and get better software to customers faster. How? By gradually releasing new software features and shipping code whenever they want, fast-tracking their journeys to the cloud, and building stronger relationships with business teams. Thanks for the money, LaunchDarkly.
Okay, so Chloe, what does your day-to-day look like?
This is pretty hard to say because each day looks very different. My work week, I think it's like easier to talk about it in like the work week. But I recently did an hours log actually to see where I put my time into because I like was kind of just going through the motions. And in a typical work day or like work week, I think I spend the most of my time in meetings, sadly, in product management.
I was going to say, for PMs, that seems pretty standard.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I think this is one thing I like didn't think about when I was choosing career paths when going to product versus like other roles. It's like a meeting death by meetings all the time. But anyways, most of the time is product meetings, team meetings, and then the other like portion of my time is one-on-ones. And last week I literally had like 5 hours of heads down time only to get any work done.
Oh.
So I think I actually recently declared one-on-one bankruptcy and purged my recurring one-on-ones and put them all like into one meeting. So then I could breathe and do work and get off of work early so I can live the rest of my life and then go find that house. Yes.
Yes.
I feel like that's so necessary, though. Especially, I think doing that hour by hour thing is smart. I'm curious about it just because you don't realize how much time you spend on doing things just because it's how you've always done it.
Yeah, I had to. I was kind of really stressed out, really burnt out, and noticing that I just like go over my boundaries or my limits a lot just because like, oh, one last thing. It's just so easy. At the end of the workday, you're just like, just that one last thing, and then half an hour is gone or 2 hours are gone.
Right.
So I think I want to be really diligent. Like, I guess back to when you asked me what are things I'm working on, actually something I'm personally actively working on is striking a really good balance with work and being healthy with it so that I could go out there and live out my dreams, my inner child's dreams of like doing creative things and just, I don't know, living life, because I feel like Grindtown can get to you a lot.
It really
It
can.
is so important. Are you, I forget if you mentioned this, are you a remote working or do you go into an office?
I am remote, but I do fly into SF quite a bit.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Nice.
Yeah, luckily that's an easy flight, too.
It is an easy flight. It's just annoying when there are like flight delays. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
especially these days.
Airport, not fun.
Well, in your kind of day to day of meetings and the stuff that you're trying to get done, what kind of tools are you using?
I think if I listed all of them out, there'd probably be like over 10 or something. But I think the main
Dang.
ones really are like for my role is Notion for PRDs, strategy docs, everything. Honestly, note taking, one-on-ones, raw meeting notes, and then Asana for engineering task management, and then Discord for daily work communication, which is a little wild.
Yeah.
Like, my notifications are absurd.
I was gonna say, having Discord for work, I also use Discord for work. It's been an adjustment because it's usually like silly friend games, and now it's like, oh, also business.
I know. I get
Oh.
anxiety pings, and I'm just like, oh, I see
No.
the little ping bubble. I'm like, oh my God.
No.
But I'm really happy. I used to work at ByteDance, and we
okay.
would have Lark, so ByteDance TikTok, and then we would use Lark, which is their version of Slack, which is like if you imagine Google Drive, Slack, Google Docs, like everything mashed into one mega app that also like tracks everything that you do, and it has rate receipts. It was very, very brutal.
Oh,
Yeah.
read receipts.
The red
Yeah.
receipts.
No,
Yeah.
no, thank you.
No.
Uh-huh. Yeah. It also tracks how many hours you're online. So
No.
yes.
No.
Productivity
Terrified.
Which, I mean, I guess like TikTok tracks everything, so it makes sense that tracks.
Yes.
But dang, yeah, that's a lot.
So
Wow.
it was definitely something where you just kind of had to make sure you're always online just in case. Like, they wouldn't
Yeah.
say anything, but I used to work with the Lark product manager, and he was like, yeah, we definitely pull some productivity reports.
Oh gosh. Well, I'm glad you're not in that kind of environment anymore.
Yeah.
That being
Yes.
said, what kind of got you into the industry in the first place?
I was in college studying. I was in pre-med actually, and then I guess I kind of stacked all my courses and was like really immersed into the pre-med community. But then I just realized that people are just way too competitive. Like, my roommate was also pre-med, and she would steal my chemistry homework from my backpack, copy it, not tell me if I got anything wrong while I was sleeping. But she would be like,
No.
she would
What?
ask me while I was sleeping. She's like, hey, can I look at your chemistry homework? And obviously, I'm not awake. So she's like, okay. And I find out sometimes you like have vague memories of waking up a little bit
Was
while you're
that a
napping.
dream?
Yeah. And so I just like had a lot of weird experiences where I just felt pre-med vibes are really intense. And then when I took my engineering courses, people really didn't care that much to get an A because everyone was like barely passing anyways. So I just like the vibe a lot more. I studied industrial engineering and operations research in college because not because like I really understood what I was doing in college, but because I made the decision to switch way too late, and that was like the path that I could take.
Yeah.
To be honest. But I was going to school in New York, and a lot of the people in this department were like financial engineering majors too. We were in the same groups and same classes, and I just like didn't really like the finance and consulting vibes, and I thought tech was so much more creative, so it was a big dream of mine to like become an entrepreneur, build a product, and go to the West Coast. Yeah. So here I am.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, were you both always in the tech industry?
Pretty much,
Did you always
honestly.
know?
Yeah. I mean, so, and also, Zach and I have known each other for a very long time, so I think we both kind of fed into each other's interest a bit. But for myself, I kind of discovered coding when I was in middle school, and I was just like, oh, this is cool. And I kind of dove in and never looked back for myself.
Oh, wait, that's so early. That's awesome.
I know.
And then Cass basically just helped get me interested into it. Then I
Wait, so
followed her to
y'all-
college, and
Y'all knew each
Peer
other in
pressure
high
works.
school then.
yeah, we
Yeah.
were in marching band together. I think that's how we
Yeah.
met.
Wait, what instrument? I was in marching band too.
No way! What'd you play?
Oh, pretty standard. I played the flute.
Nice.
Great instrument.
Yeah.
Clarinet for me.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I like.
I floated around. I started on trumpet and I still play it, but I played so many brass instruments. By senior year, I was playing the big sousaphone tuba.
Oh wow, that's awesome. That's
It
pretty
was
epic.
so heavy.
Is there a brass instrument you haven't played?
Trombone.
Trombone's
Ah.
really
That's the one.
cool.
I feel like I've played all of the other ones, like French horn, mellophone, baritone, all of those. But
Wait, but how
trombone,
did you
that's
like
the one.
buy all the brass instruments? Because they're like kind of expensive. Did you
I
rent?
didn't.
Okay.
School let me borrow them.
Oh, amazing. I like
Yeah, pro tip.
good moves. Moves.
But yeah, Zach is still in a bunch of bands now. He's a really talented clarinet player, actually.
Oh,
That's
Cass.
Let me
That's
toot your horn, Zach.
amazing. Let's go.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd love to hear something later if I could look you up.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Zach, now you have to. Yeah, no, he's composed pieces for orchestras and
Oh,
stuff.
no.
Zach is very legit.
That is super legit. Zach,
I
why aren't you saying anything?
Because it's time for.
He's having.
No, it's all fun. Yeah, we love like playing little musical ideas and little songs together.
Is
when
it
we
like
can.
orchestral covers or like musicals or what's the vibe?
I think probably the coolest one I did. I did a like college pep band arrangement of "Wrecking Ball" by Miley Cyrus when that
so
came
good.
out, and that was like super
Wow.
fun. But yeah, only did that once, and I was just like, okay, cool. I got to live out my like little Miley Cyrus
Band
rebellious
fantasy.
yes, band fantasy.
Wait, that is so dope. You were very talented.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's really inspiring. I want to make a song this year, one of my goals this year. But I have like
Ooh.
no idea how to do it. So I'm just
Yeah,
staring at
okay.
my blank page. I'm just like, how do I even start?
After the show, you and Zach got to chat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can all make a
That's
band.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, anyway, it is time for rapid fire questions. We're going to ask you questions rapidly. First one. We all have like domain names, project ideas, things that we're squatting on. What's one of yours?
I can't squat on it right now, but the project idea name is Palette. So I'm like,
Ooh.
I have the, I guess, like the website Colors of Chloe. So I'm really into this idea of life is really colorful. But I really want to start like a creative collective to do art with people. But that domain is taken and it's actually for like a design agency, which makes a lot of sense.
Dang it, it
So
does make
figure it
sense.
out. I know. I'm just like, oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Dang it. You could figure out like palettes.club or something.
Yeah.
No, that's kind of cute. PC
Yeah. Ooh.
could be.
All right. Well, I can't wait to see when that eventually comes out. All right. Next one. What is the most recent thing you over optimized?
To be honest, I don't think I over optimize anything because I feel like I make too many
Respect.
decisions at work. So then I make really poor decisions outside of work. But I will say I'm very proud of racking up my chase points recently, like over the course of the last year,
Ooh.
to buy a full ticket back to Taiwan for the New Year's. So
Nice.
all those restaurant dinners, worth it.
That's pretty good.
Absolutely.
That's a big skill. There are like Facebook groups and whole articles and tutorials on how to do all of that.
It's a world.
It
It's
is.
like those coupon clippers, but for points.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So very happy.
What is your golden rule for coding and working and all that in general?
I think this recent one that I've been trying to embody is just like, it's not that deep. For working at least. Like, if things get really heated, like it's chill. It's just not a big deal. Yeah, my golden rule is just don't take things too seriously. Otherwise, I don't know, we just get anchored on such crazy whiplash decisions. And I think everyone's intentions are always really positive and good in the same direction, but how it comes together can be really chaotic. And that's something that, we don't have to really, I don't know, put too many brain cells on. It's fine.
I agree. I feel like everybody gets very hot and bothered about decisions that it's just a feature.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it too. I definitely let it get to me, and then I just really want to let go. I feel like that energy I sometimes bring outside of work, and I'm very not proud of myself whenever I do that. So that is my golden rule. Continue to embody.
All right. What is your favorite "it depends" question?
Man, that's a hard question. I don't know. It depends. I mean, I think I get that a lot at work, but I don't think I ever enjoy the question. So, like, the fact that you're asking me is what your favorite "it depends" question is, just it means it's something I enjoy talking about. So maybe something I don't have like a super clear answer to, but I like talking about, is when people ask me what I want to do 5 or 10 years down the line. I'm just like, it depends. Like, if I stay here, then I can do this. But if I move to Taiwan, then I can do this. Or but if I stay in LA. Yeah, so I really like fantasizing about what a future path could look like.
Yeah. Well, and also I feel like the pandemic has really amplified the fact that we don't know what will happen in the next 5 years, 10 years, 1 year, 6 months, or anything. And so it definitely is an "it depends" question.
It really is. So I'm excited. I'm also nervous. But yeah, that's a big top of mind question that I've been trying to be more intentional about.
Yeah.
Fair.
What is the oldest piece of tech that you still own?
I don't know what the dates are on all of these, so I might sound like a scrublet, but I think I have my old Pixel 2, and then, I mean, I still keep it around because I really want to turn it on, but it's bricked, and I just don't want to, I don't want to, like, admit that it's gone forever. I had a Nintendo DS to play Pokemon, but I gave it away, so I don't technically own it. I have a PS3 to play Kingdom Hearts on.
Oh,
Excellent.
Yeah.
that game.
Excellent.
And then I stole a bunch of Mac chargers from all of my previous companies, and I just cannot part with them, even though they're too old. And I don't know what dates they are, but I just know, like, that's what comes to top of mind. I probably have some, like, camera equipment that I have from early college.
Those
probably.
last forever.
Yeah, so that's the gambit.
All right. Have you written a piece of cringy code before?
As far as I remember, it's probably in university when I took most of my coding classes. I took some Java, C++, Python courses. I can't remember anything, honestly. Like maybe a hackathon project that was like this like word game where you have to guess a GMAT word while the definition falls, or like it was just so nerdy. So I think that was
fun.
I don't know about that. It was really jank, and I think it didn't always work, which is fine.
That's what hackathons are for.
Sounds like a hackathon project. Honestly.
Yeah. But after that, at work, I really only write SQL queries, which I don't know if is super.
That counts. That's a lot.
Yeah, I'm pretty jank with that too. I do some really manual pools, and I don't. Yeah, it's not great. I don't try that anymore, but there it is.
I get it. What is your favorite tech pun, if you have one?
I don't know. I don't think it's a pun, but I always thought it was really funny when people say cannot repro pebcac, like PEBKC problem exists between keyboard and chair. I always found that so funny. Like,
I like that, and I've never used it before. Pebcac.
Yeah,
I've never heard of that before.
I don't use it, but like whenever I read it and see it, I think it's so funny.
That's an incredibly funny phrase, and
Yeah.
I'm going to definitely use that now.
It's a
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
And then lastly, what's your most used emoji?
I use I don't know if you've seen it, but it's like a wumpus with a heart. Like Discord Wumpus, the mascot.
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
Yeah,
It's a cute one.
Wumpus has a heart, and I use that for like everything. Like whenever people write anything in the text channels, I just Wumpus heart, Wumpus heart.
nice.
I think it's
I
very
love
versatile.
Discord emojis. They're so much more versatile than the like default set.
Yeah, but I use that a lot. There are some really good emojis there. I think some of the teammates I have are big memers, and they create emojis and stickers. So it's all like of each other sometimes. And I think it's hilarious.
It is time for the random segment generator. We're going to ask you something randomly. And the first one is Dev Oops. What's the story of something that you broke?
When I was working at a live streaming startup, I was in partnerships at the time. It's not like I went into the code and broke anything, but I was in charge of bringing really awesome creators onto the streaming platform. And then one of my biggest creators came on for his first night and had so many people come through that the website crashed like
oh no
multiple times. And gamers, they like stream really late into the night. So
Yeah.
we had to be at the office at midnight for a war room.
Oh my gosh.
For in case of crashes, because we knew like our backend couldn't handle it. So then it was like a really fun time because it was crashing and it was like success because we got to that milestone, but also really stressful because we couldn't do anything about it.
You're just like, yay, the website's down.
Yeah, it's a milestone.
All right, moving on to the next segment. It's Dev Opposites. So, what do you do outside of your day job?
I've been going back to voice lessons, singing again. So I think it's been like kind of an adult passion that I've had. I really, really love singing. My register is really high, so I do a lot of like Disney princess songs. But that has led me to really wanting to be a voice actress for Disney type roles or animated roles that have this like aura of wonder and like longing and like coming of age and discovery. So I've been trying to figure that out, and I don't know how to do it. So if you have advice, if anyone has advice, like I feel like a fish out of water. I really want to do more of it. I love reading stories. I love like embodying a character. And then I'm working on different vocal techniques to, I don't know, use my chest more, use my stomach more, articulate.
That's so cool.
Yeah. This is bringing back to a time, Cass, we had that one conversation once where you're like, we should get vocal lessons. Chloe's here. She could give us vocal lessons.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Now.
I struggle with it. So I low-key, you know how you always do like ad reads? So
yeah.
So whenever I do content and I work with brands on ad reads, I kind of use that as like a way for me to practice. And I just record over and over again to see if I really like the sound of the word. But like imagine if I could just do, I don't know, audiobooks to do long form or animated shorts. I would be so joyful. Yeah.
That'd be dope. So cool. Man, do you have any other hobbies outside of that?
I have a lot of random hobbies that I'm not always like consistent with, but I love dancing. Like I used to dance a lot more. When I was in San Francisco, I used to go to dance studios there and be part of performances, and we perform like at different venues across SF. So that was really big. But now I'm back in LA, and LA dance is just a whole other ballpark. Like, everyone
I was gonna say that's an animal of
like everyone goes to
get to.
They also start so young, and they always have full makeup on, and they always look so clean. But I'm just there rocking my free texture, and that's like not the vibe they were looking for. I'm just like, I'm so nervous to go.
One time
As
I
long
went
as you-
to a Beyonce dance class in New York City,
Ooh.
and I was just like, oh, it's a fun class. And I like came in with like sweats. I was ready to just like have a good time. And everybody there was in like fabulous Beyonce outfits, like stiletto heels and everything. And then it was just kind of like me with sweatbands on. I was like, oh no, what have I done?
Yeah.
Bad choices.
It's an investment. You gotta have a whole wardrobe with the right shoes
Yeah.
and dance and makeup. Oh, it's a lot.
And if you weren't in this industry, what would you be doing?
Yeah, probably voice acting, I think. Oh, wait, are you talking about realistic?
I mean,
Follow
whatever
your
you-
dreams.
Yeah.
Either.
Yeah, it really has been a childhood dream to do it. I think I kind of like fantasize my day to day going into a recording studio and going over my lines and then just like putting my whole heart into it, spitting into the microphone, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be
Well,
so cool.
LA, I feel like that's, if there's any city to be in to do that, I feel like
Yeah,
that's
true.
a great place to start.
Yes, I am fortunate here. Now I just gotta like figure out who I'm
Make it
supposed to
happen.
talk to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the last segment is something you're proud of. What's something that you've shipped or created that you're particularly proud of?
I mean, I shipped forums, so that's been awesome. But I think that this year was a big year for me. I started my content, I guess, company or media group or YouTube channel, like officially.
Yeah.
And
That's how I first saw your content. It's awesome.
Thank you. I'm so glad. But I think what it represents to me is I think it's just like this battle cry for me to reclaim my voice and nurture my inner child who's always been dreaming to be a creative. I feel like for the majority of my career, I just focused on tech work, and that was kind of my identity, which I feel really icky about saying. So I really wanted to make it a goal of mine to like foster this version of Chloe outside of work. Like, who is she? What does she bring to her friends, her loved ones, her community, herself? And the process has made me say no to a lot of things, which is really painful for me. I'm a huge people pleaser. But I think something that I learned that I'm really proud of, that I'm still learning, is saying no to others isn't just like letting someone else down, but it's like saying yes to me. And that's something I need to keep reminding myself of. And for someone who like is so wired to be like, oh, you need something, you have a request, let me see what I can do for you. And that just takes up all my time. But the years are passing and my dreams are still, I don't want to let my dreams to be dreams, you know?
Yeah. Don't let
Yeah.
your dreams be memes.
Yes, exactly.
Beautifully said.
Yes. Artistic quote.
I love that so much, that you're saying yes to yourself when you say no to others for some of those things. I think that's so important to do.
Yeah. And I think what's interesting about it is like, I talked to a lot of friends about this and mentors. And I think they always ask me, like, why are you so afraid of saying no? And I think the response I give is, I don't want to feel like I'm letting them down. And then I think their honest answer to me is, you're afraid to let go of this image of you that you can just do whatever they tell you. Like, you don't want to, you don't want to break this image of you that you can do it all. And the fact is you can't, which is fine. But you need to know what you're losing when you say yes to them. So I think the fact that I was like obsessed with being the reliable person that will respond, that will help, that image I need to let go of, and just to be me. And that probably means I may not respond to everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that so much. And I think that is honestly a perfect place to end it, where it's time for Cassidy's sage advice. And my advice is to listen to Chloe. You've said so many great things on the show today, and I think one of my favorite ones is just, it's not that deep. A lot of us get so obsessed with our jobs and the things that we're working on that we don't think about our own well-being and the things that we actually want to do. We think about the things that we have to do, and we think about others before we think of ourselves. We don't want to set ourselves on fire to keep others warm. And so I really appreciate the advice and your time with us today, Chloe.
I'm really appreciative to be on the show today. Thank you, Cassidy. Thank you, Zach. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, this was fun.
It's been great. Now, Chloe, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me on the YouTube. I renamed it to just my name, Chloe Shih. And then Instagram, I'm called the Chloe Bro because I feel like it's kind of a cute rhyme. I never changed it. But on Twitter and TikTok, I am Colors of Chloe. So hope to see you there. Yeah.
Love it.
Nice.
And once again, because making podcasts is expensive, this show is brought to you by Launch Darkly. Launch Darkly toggles peaks of 20 trillion feature flags each day, and that number continues to grow, and you should use them. You can head over to launchdarkly.com and learn about how. Thank you for making this show possible, Launch Darkly. I've been Cassidy Williams. You can find me at Cassidoo, Cassidoo, on most things, and I'm CTO over at Contenda.
And I'm Zach, and I'm a dev rel at Rive, and you can find me on Twitter at Zach Plata.
Thank you for tuning into the Dev Morning Show at night. Make sure you head over to our YouTube channel where you can like and subscribe. You can also listen to the audio version of this wherever you get your podcasts.